of their Tier 2 pensions until their concerns are addressed.
In business news, US aid reveals over 60% of Ghana's fruit exports are rejected annually due to post-harvest losses.
On the international front, 3 West African countries run by military juntas to launch new biometric passports in the coming days as part of their withdrawal from ECOWAS. We have details of all these stories and more. Be part of the show. Let's hear what your thoughts are on the many stories we have for you tonight. And this is your Election Command Center.
The National Democratic Congress NDC flag bearer John Mahama has called on all Ghanaians to participate in the party's nationwide demonstration against the Electoral Commission tomorrow, Tuesday, September 17. He emphasized the need for pressure to be piled on the EC to ensure transparency and accountability, stating that a forensic audit is necessary to guarantee the credibility of the December 7, 2024 elections.
Our issues with the Electoral Commission are not because we don't like the commissioners or the EC. Our issues with the Electoral Commission are because we want peace during and after the election. And so when we raise issues about the electoral process, it's because we want the EC to sit up and do his job so that all of us can have confidence in the electoral process. And the only way we can get the EC to do his job is to put pressure on the EC to do it. And that is why on the 17th of this month, that is next Tuesday, we're doing a demonstration to the EC office. And that demonstration is not only NDC, it is all Ghanaians who are willing to join the demonstration so that we go and tell EC to sit up.
And it looks as though the pressure that the former president is talking about is mounting, considering the fact that in all the regions, the NDC has held press conferences calling on people to turn up in their numbers as they go to the EC offices across the country. We'll bring you details of that in a jiffy. Meanwhile, the Forum for Development and Accountable Governance is urging for an independent forensic audit of the voter register ahead of the December polls, citing concerns over widespread anomalies, allegations of manipulation, and the Electoral Commission's inaction to address these concerns. The forum seeks to ensure the integrity and credibility of the electoral process. Emmanuel Samani reports.
The Forum for Development and Accountable Governance raised alarm over widespread irregularities and accusations of manipulation in Ghana's current voter register. The organization emphasized the urgency of conducting a transparent and independent forensic audit to restore public confidence in the electoral process.
The dismissive reaction from the Electoral Commission only exacerbates these concerns, leading us to believe that the integrity of the 2024 general elections is at risk. In the light of these developments, ladies and gentlemen, we unequivocally join the growing chorus of voices demanding an independent forensic audit of the voter register.
The call for an independent audit is not new, and the forum emphasized that its concerns are not rooted in partisan politics, but rather a shared national interest.
The irony of the current situation cannot be overlooked. As the sitting government dismisses calls for an audit, we are reminded of the unwavering stance taken by the then opposition leader, now President, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. He stated categorically, and I quote, "We cannot go into another election with this register. It is bloated, it is fraudulent, and if we are to protect the integrity of our democracy, we must fix it." Unquote.
The forum recommended the involvement of an independent international body to audit the register, public disclosure of the audit's findings, legal consequences for those found culpable, and potential reforms within the Electoral Commission. Emmanuel Samani, TV3 News, Accra.
Meanwhile, the Electoral Commission has urged the National Democratic Congress (NDC) to avoid public demonstrations and street protests over issues with the voters' register. Deputy Commissioner Dr. Bosman Asari, reacting to the NDC's demand for a forensic audit, says the demonstration of the party will not produce the needed outcome. He spoke to Noble Crosby Annan.
When you talk about a forensic audit, it sends a signal that you have a massive bloat of the register, which we don't have. So as far as the commission is concerned, we think that there is no need for an audit. And you know, we gave the register to the parties in 2020. We gave it to them in 2023. So we think that the parties themselves should be in a position to be able to assess whether all the details they themselves put together during the registration in 2020, in 2023, 2024, they are intact. But you know, since the register we gave to the NDC, we gave to the MPP, the GFP, all the parties, now that document has changed because the exhibition was meant to do corrections. We say without any shadow of doubt that all the problems you have identified, which is influencing you to call for an audit, all the problems we have also identified. But for you to be convinced, we are calling you because you are interested in a credible register. The EC, our penchant, what is motivating us is that we are producing a document that is robust, that is credible, to use in the December 7th general elections. No, we think that what will change something is the discussion table. We coming together. Although we concede that political parties is something which is entrenched in our laws, individuals can come together and demonstrate, express concerns as far as they have certain things to express concerns about. So that one is not a problem to have. But we think that if the objective of the NDC is a solution to have a credible register, a robust register entering into the 2024 elections, we believe that they must be willing to come to the discussion.
Right, so we are staying on the concerns raised by the NDC regarding their demonstration tomorrow over the voters' register. Now, the Ghana Police Service says it has put in place all relevant security measures for the Enough is Enough demonstration organized by the NDC. Having communicated the responsibilities to the organizers, the Ghana Police Service says they will hold organizers and participants responsible if they breach any rules regarding the nationwide protest, which comes off tomorrow. Christian Yali reports.
And so the Ghana Police Service says it is very ready for the Enough is Enough demonstration by the National Democratic Congress. However, it has sounded a strong warning to the organizers and participants that they should obey the responsibilities that have been communicated to them. Otherwise, the police service says it will not fail to crack the whip and sanction whoever misconducts him or herself during the process.
Adequate measures have been put in place to ensure security for the planned demonstration by the National Democratic Congress, which is scheduled for tomorrow, 17th September 2024, in all regional capitals across the country. As part of preparations for the demonstration, the Ghana Police Service has extensively engaged the leadership of the NDC and the Electoral Commission. The organizers of the demonstration have been duly notified of their responsibilities under Section 3 of the Public Order Act 1994, Act 491. The organizers have also been informed that they have a duty to abide by all other laws, since they will be held responsible for any breaches. We would like to urge the organizers and also all participants in this demonstration to adhere to these arrangements and ensure full compliance of laws and all regulation.
The police is assuring the public that it is ready to maintain law and order and ensure the sanctity of the nationwide protest.
We would like to once again give our assurance that the police will ensure the maintenance of security, law, and order throughout the period of the exercise and beyond.
The Enough is Enough demonstration by the NDC is, among other things, pressing their demands for an immediate independent audit of the voter register, which they believe is having a lot of inaccuracies and alleged bloating to favor a particular political party. Christian Yali, TV3 News, Ghana Police Headquarters, Accra.
All right, so let's find out what exactly this would even mean for the election in general going into 2024. Also, one of our headline stories has to do with the fact that the IEA's debate seems to be hitting a snag in the early days leading up to that debate. We'll bring you that story shortly. Let's engage the thoughts of Professor Ransford Jampo, who is a professor of political science at the University of Ghana. Prof, a very good evening to you. Thank you for your time.
Good evening.
Right, we want to speak to you on two key issues, one having to do with the NDC's demonstration and the EC's position that all the concerns raised by the NDC has been addressed. First of all, what are your immediate thoughts on these concerns that a stakeholder like the NDC is saying that I have legitimate concerns, but the EC says those concerns have been addressed already? Does that in any way hurt the process of our democracy, you think?
Well, I think that the concerns that are being raised have not been refuted by the Electoral Commission. They are legitimate, and if the Electoral Commission insists that those concerns have been addressed, then the best thing to do is to bring these parties on the table and let them know that truly the concerns have been addressed. There's no need to for the two parties to be talking at each other in the air. One will say we have concerns, it's not addressed. The other will say that we have addressed them. And one must show leadership in handling some of these things. And I expect that the EC, being the arbiter, would do better than just being heard in the air, insisting that we've addressed them. And the other party will say we haven't, and we want X, Y, Z to be done. Another important thing that I think we must all add our voice to is the call for audits of the voters register. If there are really legitimate concerns that are still lingering on, then I keep asking myself, what would an audit of the register mean for the independence and for the functioning of the Electoral Commission? If the audits of the voters register would not hurt the Electoral Commission's independence and its functioning, then I think that there may be no justifiable reason for the Electoral Commission to say no. On the other hand, if the audit of the register would hit the independence and functioning of the Electoral Commission, then there can be a certain dialogue that would reach out to the opposition to let them know that if we do X, Y, Z, we would suffer. But if that is not the case, then I think that the call for audit, just for the purposes of ensuring that there's transparency, just for the purposes of ensuring that whoever may have tampered with certain processes is brought to book, is something that would be good for the image of the commission itself. So I think that we shouldn't allow this simple matter to bring about tension and chaos in the country. In Kenya, we did an extensive audit of their voters' roll, and all issues of opacity and suspicion were brought to a close before their previous elections. And so I think that it is good for the image and the quest for transparency of the Electoral Commission that this demand is heeded to, and more so if it is established that such conduct of an audit in the voters' roll will not hex anything. Then I don't see why anybody would say we won't do it. Right. And Prof, still on that, we know that the EC's position has also been made quite public. What do you make of those who are already saying that
it looks as though the Electoral Commission is trying to hide something, for which reason they say they have done their own cleansing of the register, so they don't need an external auditor to look through it. Do you share that thought?
In an environment of distrust, you don't insist that you have done your own cleansing and expect that the other party will swallow hook, line, and sinker whatever you've told them. It appears that if Boss Manasari go about talking the way he's talking, it betrays his fundamental misunderstanding of the environment within which the commission is operating. You're operating in an environment where the opposition always distrusts you. And so you don't, and they are not kids. And so you don't just go talking about the fact that we have done X, Y, Z and expecting them to swallow hook, line, and sinker, whatever you said. You have to prove, you have to show work, and you have to sit down with them and to show them that you told us X, Y, Z, and then we have done A, B, C. You reach that kind of consensus with them before you come out to talk. But if you have not done that, then it's like you're also being propagandistic, trying to shape up public sentiment in support of you and in opposition to the opposition. And I think that would not give the Electoral Commission the kind of institutional peace it needs to work, to go about its work. And so let Boss Manasari keep quiet and try to engage the opposition to build consensus behind the scenes, rather than trying to talk down some of the demands of the opposition and to create an impression as if whatever he says should be taken as biblical instructions and injunctions or Quranic instructions to the political party. It wouldn't work, especially given the environment of distrust that characterizes the activities of the Electoral Commission.
Right, Prof, kindly hold on for me a second. We just want to bring in the second subject, which has to do with the IEA's position that they want to organize a debate for both political parties. In fact, for all political parties, presidential debate that is. But it looks as though the two key parties want to pull out of the debate. We are told by reports from the quarters of the NPP that they will also not participate in the IEA debate because the NDC says they will not participate in it. Let's bring you that story briefly, then maybe we can pick your thoughts. Also because of your previous work with the IEA, maybe you have some professional experience you would want to share with us on that. Kindly hold on for us.
The Institute of Economic Affairs, IEA, has scheduled September 18, 2024 to open the Presidential Encounter Series as part of activities leading to the December 7 polls. The leader and founder of the new force, Nana Kwame Bediako, Elias Chada, will be the first to take his turn at the encounter.
The purpose of the evening encounters and the debates is to provide a platform for the candidates to present their visions, plans, strategies, and explain further their manifestos to the electorate and allow the electorate to ask questions to enable them make informed choices on Election Day, 7th December 2024.
In all, 5 presidential evening encounters will be held every week, alongside 2 presidential debates and a vice presidential debate for some selected political parties. The National Democratic Congress has served notice that it will not partake in the presidential debate, prompting the Dr. Bawumia campaign team to also consider pulling out. Spokesperson for the Dr. Bawumia campaign team, Dennis Miracles Abuaji, has been loud on this, but the Institute of Economic Affairs says it is not in the position to compel any political party to participate in the debate.
It is a matter of conviction, not compulsion. We cannot compel anybody to be part of the exercise, but we will do everything possible to convince all those interested and qualified.
Right, Prof, thank you for staying with us. And so that's the position. The IEA says they will not compel any party to participate in the debate. And the concern from those of us who are watching is that if the NDC and NPP are both out, it dwindles the relevance of the debate to our democracy, doesn't it?
Debates have the advantages and disadvantages, and I've done a lot of research on debates. If you would recall, I worked at the IEA from 2004 to 2018, and during the period, we held several presidential debates, and that pushed me into writing extensively about debates. So I know what debates will do for a country's democracy, but at the same time, I know the disadvantages of debates. The history of debates in Ghana shows that generally sitting presidents shy away from such activities. The only time we had a sitting president participate in presidential debate was in 2012, and that was simply because Professor Mills died, and President Mahama had just 3 months to campaign, and so he needed a platform. Before the death of Professor Mills, the NDC that was in power had already indicated that they were not going to be part of the debate, but they had to do a U-turn. So generally, sitting presidents do not participate in debates. But just in the lead up to this particular 2024 election, we had Vice President Baumia asking that there should be debate between him and President Mahama. And I had my own reservations about that call, because I thought that for me, one of the critical reasons why debates will have to be conducted is when we are confused and there is no clarity between the policies of political parties. Well, it appears to me that Ghanaians know in their life the differences in terms of what these two main parties stand for. And so I had my reservations for calling for the call made by the ruling party for debate. But let's put those reservations aside. Now the opposition party is saying that they don't want to accept the call to debate. And there's no way the debate organizing body can force them. And if the opposition party says they will not respect or respond to that call, I think there are other political parties, Alan Chairmanton's, Ghana,
and the rest are there.
Movement for Change is there. And so the ruling party can debate them. But if they don't want it, then that's too bad for the debating tradition in Ghana. If the NDC is saying they won't do it and MPP says they won't do it, the IEA can still go ahead. In 2016, these two parties boycotted, but the IEA still went ahead to find a means to bring about debate among the other parties. And don't forget that we have close to 30 people contesting or showing their clear intention to contest for the presidency. And so let them find a way of bringing about dialogue and healthy contest of mind.
Thank you. Thank you so much, as always, Professor Ransford Jampo, who is a professor of political science at the University of Ghana, also a lecturer. Thank you so much for your time this evening.
In more news tonight, NPP flag bearer Dr. Baumia has chided former President John Mahama for making remarks that he considers unbefitting of a former head of state. This comes after the NDC flag bearer criticized the clergy, traditional leaders and civil society organizations for not holding the NPP government accountable.
The flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, on September 15, while addressing supporters at the Okaikwe North constituency, criticized the clergy, traditional leaders and civil society organizations for failing to hold the new patriotic party government accountable.
I was saying now you kabum, now you be maya no koba, kunya kachre of abayi say, adiam udisema mudi Ghana fono, emrenaso se mubeko.
We must come together and tell the government that your time is up, but you will find some chiefs congratulating them for a good job done. Churches will be praying for him as well, telling him he has done well. Traditional authorities will also be doing same. You want to win with this kind of bad governance. These are things that hinder our development.
And no any sign. Hypocrisy is what is pulling this nation back. If we see the truth If it's black, it's black. If it's white, it's white. It doesn't matter who is in office. We must be truthful at all times.
In response, the flag bearer of the NPP, Dr. Bawumia, on his campaign tour of the Greater Accra region, said John Mahama's statements do not reflect the stature of a former president. He's realized he's about losing miserably, so everything gets him angry. I have heard him insulting the clergy, traditional leaders, imams, CSOs. He says they are all hypocrites. Should such statements come from a former president? Now he says the MPP government is a foolish government. Should such statements come from a former president?
We must have limited at least some standards of decency.
Dr. Bawumia also took the opportunity to jab the NDC flag bearer over his refusal to engage in a debate with him.
Every sector of the economy, we have done better than you.
That is why I say, if you believe in your achievements, come and let's debate one-on-one. Come and let's debate. He's afraid because he knows I speak with data.
No, sir, I speak with data.
Speaking in the Amasaman constituency, Dr. Bawumia urged Electoral to support his presidential bid, emphasizing that he has proven himself as vice president and is ready to lead the country.
Vice President Ejumanendia Mapasi, Mumpromotimi, Maminkoya President Ejumanamamo.
I have passed as a vice president. Promote me to do the work of a president. Promote me. Give me the wheel.
Mami, Mumfostiano, Mami Namin Chicano, Mapasi, Vice President Ejumano.
Still watching News 360 on TV3. Let's go to one of our headline stories we have for you tonight, and it has to do with the Senior Staff Association of the University of Ghana, who are insisting that they will not call off their strike until their outstanding demands and concerns are addressed by government. The association began a nationwide strike on Monday, the 16th of September, over conditions of service and non-payment of their Tier 2 pensions to the fund managers for investment.
Universities of Ghana is once again taking industrial action, marking the latest in a series of strikes by the group. The recurring pattern of labor disputes highlights the persistent challenges and unresolved issues faced by the association. Their major demand has always been the non-release of their Tier 2 pensions to the fund managers by government.
From January this year, as we speak, they have not released such funds to our fund managers. And we see it as a kind of disrespect on the part of government that you are deducting my money and you are not doing the needful. So there are two issues. One is recalculation of interest. There was one that they paid the interest, but they used simple interest calculation. We want it to be compounded based on what the law says.
A trustee of the Senior Staff Association of the Universities of Ghana, University of Ghana branch, James Banon Yakubu, insists they will not call off the strike until government meets their demands.
Students are on break, but I can tell you that we are office workers. We don't just deal with only students. Our students are on break. This is the busy schedule of workers. There are also some students who are mature students, so they write their exams during the time that these other students are on break. We are not going to end it. If you start something and there's no solution, how do you end it? So we are on until government see the need to place some importance to the Ghanaian worker.
Members are also striking over their vehicle maintenance allowance.
On the issues of vehicle maintenance, we have negotiated with government owing to the kind of increment on the fuel and all that. It has been adjusted for 2 occasions, and that one has not been paid to our members. And so we are demanding that government should release that money. We have written letters upon letters to inform them of this intention. It is not just out of the blue. So if it is a responsible government or institution, they would have called us to sit with us. But for them to wait for us to go to this length means they are not ready to solve our problem. We know it's elections here, so everybody is busy. So because of that, they are not even thinking about the workers of Ghana. They are only thinking about breaking the 8. So if you are thinking about breaking the 8, only that, just that, and you don't think about solving workers' problem, then you are in for trouble.
The Senior Staff Association of Universities of Ghana are mostly office workers in charge of administrative duties, including accountants and teachers at the university's primary school. They play a pivotal role in the day-to-day functioning of the universities.
Still watching News 360 on TV3. Stay with us. We have the latest in the world of business for you right after the break.
One bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint, superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior. You know, one bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint, superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior.
I love President Charcoal. Why? When there are so many other charcoal toothpaste. That's both charcoal and lemon. Oh, does it? Yes. Look right here.
Yes. Pepsodent Charcoal has 2 of nature's powerful whitening ingredients. With the power of activated charcoal and lemon essence, it removes stains and whitens teeth naturally.
Convinced? Well, I am. Just look at your beautiful Pepsodent smiles.
For naturally whiter teeth, Pepsodent Charcoal. Pepsodent.
This September, just like we've been doing for the past 7 years, welcome to the much-anticipated Telecel SME Month. This year, we're upping the game with even more incredible initiatives and activities for small and medium-scale enterprises with a touch for women-led businesses under the theme, Connecting Businesses, Connecting the Woman in Business. From the launch of a loyalty plan for businesses, the launch of Telecel Women in Business Package, the Empire She Built webinar, Women 100 Power Launch, and an opportunity to positively impact the environment through sustainable ESG initiatives. 50% cashback for merchants, free advertisement for customers, and so much more. So get ready to discover what's next in the world of business. This Telecel SME Month. Visit telecel.com.gh/business. Keep following our pages for more information on this year's celebration.
Whenever you fly to space or take your first step as baby, Soft Care always stays with you.
New Soft Care Space Series is rooted from space technology. Keeps you dry and comfortable for 12 hours long. Offers you the most effective protection during your space journey.
Soft Care. Protect your leap.
75 days since the last day of last season. We are ready to do it all again. Phil Foden is having the season of his life. Brilliant! Just brilliant! That is quite something!
Watch all the Premier League, La Liga, and Serie A games on DSTV Compact for only 300 cedis a month.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Avoiding injuries, easy. Winning, easy, Charlie. But you know what be easy now? Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted granules. Just add water, then sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy, made easy. As I be street footballer, Gary at the top. Now we attend Star Boy. Still Gary at the top. I travel go abroad. Kivo Gary at the top. Kivo Gary, he the bio. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
This advert is FDA approved.
Oh, Sister Pose, your daughter almost got hurt. Why are you still cooking with charcoal? Don't you know that smoke from charcoal and firewood is as damaging to the lungs as cigarette? It could even cause heart diseases and affect our eyesight.
Auntie, the
National Petroleum Authority has introduced a cylinder recirculation model in collaboration with local partners to make gas more accessible to everybody. Just show up at the nearest exchange point with your empty cylinder and get a filled one.
But cylinders are expensive, Papa.
Baby, all you need is a small down payment and get a filled cylinder. Switch from charcoal and firewood to gas for a better, healthier life.
The business segment is brought to you by MTN
and Napa Foods, Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil,
West Hills Ridge Property, Eden Heights.
Hello there, good evening and welcome to the business segment here on News 360. I am Michael Obodu. Now, USAID Ghana Acting Mission Director Grace Lang has disclosed that over 60% of fruits exported from Ghana are rejected annually due to post-harvest issues and other challenges. She noted that this is a major concern given Ghana's significant potential in the global processed food market. According to the World Food Programme, Ghana loses approximately $1.9 billion in food production each year due to post-harvest losses, a situation that remains alarming for the fruit production industry.
Ghana holds substantial potential in the global processed fruit market, but 66% of fresh fruits from Ghana are rejected annually due to inadequate post-harvest handling, sanitary issues, and a number of other challenges. And that's a problem that impedes exports and stifles economic growth.
To help tackle this issue, USAID is providing support through a 7 billion cedi investment in a dried fruit processing plant. The facility has the capacity to process 144 tons of fresh fruit annually, creating economic opportunities for up to 1,500 farmers and generating over 28 million cedis in revenue.
The United States is working to improve Ghana's companies' competitiveness by meeting international standards to increase trade. We want you to trade with us, of course, but there are also rich markets open through the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. U.S. government efforts are boosting agricultural productivity, increasing local ownership, and strengthening businesses right here and across Ghana.
Now, the Bank of Ghana's 2023 annual fraud report has revealed a worrying trend in the financial sector with a 7% increase in fraud-related losses amounting to approximately 88 million cedis. The rise is largely attributed to fraudulent withdrawals, cyber fraud and SIM swap-related schemes, with total fraud cases also rising by 5%.
Losses in Ghana's financial sector surged by 7% in 2023, hitting approximately 88 million cedis. That's according to the Bank of Ghana's annual fraud report. The report shows an increase in fraud cases from 15,164 in 2022 to 15,865 in 2023, with the rise driven by fraudulent account withdrawals, cyber fraud, and SIM swap-related schemes. While the overall fraud count increased, the losses in the banking and specialized deposit-taking institution sectors saw a 29% rise, totaling 72 million cedis. A notable outlier involved foreign currency transactions that significantly inflated the loss value. In contrast, payment service providers reported a decline in loss value from 26 million to 16 million cedis, despite a 20% increase in cases. The Bank of Ghana has vowed to continue its engagement with institutions and stakeholders to address these issues and strengthen the fight against cyber-related fraud.
Lakeside Estate has launched its revolutionary recreational destination, the Lakeside Marina Water Park. The park is designed to enhance the quality of life for residents and visitors alike, creating unforgettable experiences and lifelong memories. Envisioned as a vibrant community hub, Lakeside Marina Park invites families and individuals of all ages to connect, relax, and experience unforgettable moments of joy, serenity, and adventure. Chief Executive Dr. Prince Joseph Ayiku emphasized Lakeside Estate's commitment to crafting a holistic, contemporary community where residents enjoy seamless access to premium social amenities.
Lakeside is dedicated to providing a holistic living experience, and this includes the Lakeside Marina Water Park. The another one we just launched, Lakeside Complex, that is also enhancing a living experience of our customers. So Lakeside is the one-stop shop for every resident or anybody who is looking for a property to buy. It's a place to look at. It's Lakeside Estate.
Notably, the Marina Water Park boasts eco-friendly and green design, ensuring minimal environmental impact.
All our waste is recycled in two parts. Number one, we have plastic recycling, and we have bio-waste recycling as well. And in the future, we are going to add solar technology EV charge stations.
Moreover, the park prioritizes safety with comprehensive CCTV coverage, trained lifeguards, and attentive pool attendants, providing parents with complete peace of mind.
They are always safe because we have 2 lifeguards here and then 10 water park attendants. So we have enough people to keep your kids safe.
During the launch, several parents shared their delightful experiences and impressions of the park.
We need the children to have fun, and we heard about this place. We said, let's go and try it. But I can see it's really nice.
I've been to other water parks, but this is different. In fact, my kids are happy, and I'm happy that I brought them here.
Lakeside Marina Water Park. Slide, splash, and swim. About 500 students have successfully graduated from the Chaffas Institute of Practical Studies with expertise in forklifting, excavator operations, and other operational techniques. The 11th edition of the graduation ceremony has been held in Accra.
The Chaffas Institute of Practical Studies has churned out graduates for its 11th academic period who are industry ready with technical abilities and hands-on knowledge. The graduates were awarded certificates in forklifting, truck and excavator operations.
I came here just to learn forklift, but because of how easy it was for me to pick up the skill, I decided to further go on and also learn the excavator and also the truck.
The next 10 to 15 years, this world is going to be something else. It's not about your certificate, but rather what you have to offer, like skills-wise.
The director for the Chaffas Institute of Practical Studies, Christopher Idujemfi, said the institute is committed to providing Ghana's industrial sector with well-groomed and trained graduates to boost the operations of the sector.
In the current age we are in now, skill development is in high demand, and we are encouraging everybody out there who has a passion to learning of the skill trade at Chaffas, from forklift, excavator, truck driving, to join us in our next maiden edition.
According to the regional director of the Ghana TVET service, Volta Region, Christian Agoda, most technical institutions have transformed the mode of training to meet the country's manpower needs, especially in technology and its related industries. With other training courses in plumbing, electricals, CCTV camera, truck driving, vocational skills, car and motor trucking, Chaffas Institute of Practical Studies currently has 9,000 students with about 30,000 graduates.
And that'll be all for the business segment here on News 360. I am Michael Obodu. Up next, the sports.
Doing never stops until the job is done.
Turn your home and business into an internet highway and experience the revolution of working and playing without limits. Visit broadband.mtn.com.gh to sign up for MTN Fiber for home and business today.
You dey sleep? That's Madina.
Sentuntum say wunna ma deju me ma wonsa.
Efrema bema Daniel ba.
Ma wonsa. Sentuntum ma boasumuja ma wonsa.
That shall not slap. Having black mosquito quail. Pamon tontom na empom wisie bebre na ema wo mowa na ema wo nhwem na ehwam.
Having insecticide spray hwam na sanso kumu a wotu ene omo hwia nyina. Now having naphthalene balls and having perfumed insect repellent no kumu a wohia na senja hwam wechiri.
Having black mosquito quail empom wisie bebre and say wo hene so ehwam kama kweno na jumo size no boduma don't shred to me no.
And a heaven spray, heaven naphthalene balls, ni perfumed insect repellent no. Ekumwa omutu, na wa nam from nothing just shanwechi.
Heaven dear, bakope. Heaven dear, bakope. Heaven dear, bakope. Heaven dear, bakope.
FDA aji edrede kratoyatum.
He's going to play in this weather. Why did you let him go? He might fall ill.
And if he doesn't go out for practice, how will he win more trophies? To protect our family from illness-causing germs during the rainy season, we use Dettol soap every day.
Dettol with Germ Defense gives you protection. Rainy season brings a lot of illness-causing germs, and Dettol soap's Germ Defense protects you from these germs. Be Dettol sure.
This advert is FDA approved.
Wow promo! Feel the moment of joy from 1xBet. Cash prizes. iPhone 14 Pro. 100 bonus points. Take part in the prize drawings. You can use promo code to get welcome bonus.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly, not for persons below 18 years. Gambling can be addictive.
Miss VIP Magnetic Perfumes.
It's time for sports here on News 360. My name is Kelvin Owusu. Starting from the inter-club competition, and Hearts-of-Oak found themselves in a very precarious position, sharing the bottom spot in the Ghana Premier League table after a very dismal start to their campaign. Fans' concerns have reached a fever pitch as the club's performance continues to plummet. Here is an assessment of the extent of the team's decline and their prospects for the coming weeks.
When you read the Ghana Premier League table from bottom, a big name comes up first. 21-time league winners Hearts-of-Oak. This shocking ranking comes after the Phobians recorded back-to-back defeats in their opening 2 games of the season. It is the first time the Accra-based side has started this poorly in 15 years. Of course, it is way too early in the season, but given the form of Hearts-of-Oak in the last 2 campaigns, many Phobians are worried. And they are dreading that Ouattara's nuanced suggestion that avoiding relegation will be a major objective this season is happening already. Bearing most of the heat is the Ivorian head coach Abubakar Ouattara. Many fans want him gone already. The numbers since his arrival in February this year do him little favors. The Ivorian has managed the club for 19 games, recording 7 victories, 3 draws and 9 defeats. During that run, the club has scored 22 goals and conceded the same number. There has been nothing in their form to suggest he could get Hearts competing for titles again. With Bechem United, Nations FC and Aduana FC lined up next, the pressure on Ouattara to avoid earning 0 points in his first 5 games is real. There are many Phobians who fear another relegation scare after narrowly escaping the drop in the last 2 seasons. The cloud hanging over Hartlepool is a dark one, and every match day when they fail to win, the voices for the need for major changes to distasteful prospects of relegation will get louder.
Well, that was Accra Hartlepool there, moving away to Africa Club competition. On Samatex and Nsuatreman face daunting away matches against Raja Casablanca and CS Constantine in their quest to reach the CAF Champions League and Confederation Cup group stages, respectively. 3 Sports analyzes the Ghanaian club's chances of overcoming first leg deficits on unfamiliar grounds.
Morocco's Raja Casablanca seemingly have all the cards after holding Samatex to a draw in Accra on Sunday. Their home form in the last 2 decades in the CAF Champions League will give Samatex coach Nuruddin Amadou headaches. They have lost just 5 in a 37-game stretch, winning 22. But African football
Fia, I'm at money.
You want a post soy sauce? Check for you, sir. Oh, more tasty.
And a pop baked beans for the breakfast. Na so a salad no oh she and a patuna. We try to puff. Na so a salad no oh taste good. And a pan on dairy creamer. 4 box we so can see oats na creamitino. Yo and a spaghetti. Talia papa B. Mansunin sijadu hre. Na for and a spaghetti no kum. Wo and a pataliano are you ready for what on you with you? So I no pa no so
Inkrati FDA appendo. Entertainment news segment is powered by 3 Entertainment.
Good evening. Let's do some entertainment news updates here on News 360. My name is Noella Donko. Now, 8 weeks into the competition, Ghana's most beautiful contestants took up the challenge to promote Africa, representing some African countries and educating the audience on their unique culture and tradition. Pepra from the Eastern region was crowned the star performer on the One Africa Night.
Men for war and hunting, but has evolved into a social practice and national obsession. As the proud Marabu of Modu, the current land champion, I am here to fortify him.
Tasked to project the African culture through the lenses of some selected countries, contestants mounted the stage to showcase the unique culture of such countries.
Famous jumping dance, where warriors leap high into the sky, showcasing their strength and agility, and discover the traditions of Kikuyu, Luo, Kalenjin, and many more. From serene national parks to vibrant markets, Kenya has something for everyone.
Being an ambassador of Nigeria, Makafui highlighted the dance, resilience of the people, and benefits of traveling to the Igbo land in Nigeria.
Minded people on earth, calm down. We believe that there is no problem in this world that cannot be solved through negotiations and bargaining. That is why you hear your father say, Umuafia. So wait, the world is a marketplace.
Bena from the Western region, Northeast region's Minkia and Nana from the Western North region gave their last performances as emissaries of Rwanda, Cote d'Ivoire and Angola respectively.
Come you all to Angola, where Portuguese is our official language, though we have native languages like Kimbundu, Imbundu, Kikonku and few other languages.
In all, the diverse culture of the African continent was highlighted. Pepra from the Eastern region stood out, earning her second star performer title.
Welcome to Egypt, the place of pharaohs, mystery and wonder, where the Nile flows like the lifeblood of gods and men alike. Egypt, my country, is not just a place, it is a legacy.
But in the end, 3 contestants were evicted.
We are not serving anymore. Oh, wow. So this is the end of the road for all 3 of you, unfortunately. But thank you for your participation. Thank you very much. Thank you. A round of applause for yourselves.
Well, this is a cue to make sure that you are voting for your favorite contestants, because the votes definitely do count every single time. But that will be all for the entertainment news segment here on News 360. My name is Noella Donko.
Thank you so much, Noella. Coming up, international news.
Three West African countries run by military junta will be launching a new biometric passports in the coming days as part of their withdrawal from the wider regional bloc ECOWAS. Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger, whose military leaders took over power in a series of coups between 2020 and 2023, announced their plan to leave the bloc in January. Following the coups, West African countries sanctioned the junta, aiming to push them to quickly restore civilian rule. But the 3 nations that now form the Alliance of Sahel States have so far resisted the calls, opting to cement the alliance. The suspected gunman in the apparent assassination attempt of former US President Donald Trump has appeared before a court in Florida.
And that's it for our package. Thank you so much for watching. I am Martin Asiedu-Dartey.
And I am Portia Gabor. Do join Alfredo Concert at 10 p.m. for Ghana tonight. Good evening.